You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is Black Hollywood Live. Just saying, featuring conversations on love, sex, and relationships from three sassy ladies. Black Hollywood Live. Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live, Just Saying.
Welcome to Just Saying, where we bring you real friends, real talk, and real raw. That's right. Thank you for joining us. I'm Diann Valentine. I'm your host tonight. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Ms. April Daniels.
Hey.
And back in the studio with us is one of the original band members. Our girl, Sheree Fletcher. Welcome back.
Everybody. Glad to be here.
Thank you for joining us. Thank
Yes.
you. You have been missed.
Yes. And you have been missed.
Oh, good.
Yes, and you have been missed.
Good. Well, tonight we getting into Black love, so you stay tuned because we gonna debate this thing. You know, is it true that the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice?
Hey.
We gonna talk about it. So stay tuned because somewhere in the world it is happy hour.
Yes, it is. And today we are drinking mixed Moscato peach flavor, compliments of Mona Scott Young.
Ooh.
Thank you, ladies, and cheers.
Thank you, Miss Scott.
Cheers.
Young.
Yes.
Cheers.
Real
Welcome
sexy
back,
and
Reed.
sweet.
Let's see.
I just decided I put together some tracks for all the lovers out there.
All right. Not bad. It is kind of tasty.
Not bad. I'm gonna take my garnishing compliments of Diann Valentine.
Don't laugh at my
How about
skills.
this one came in here talking bad trash? I said, well, listen, cocktail inventor, you should have came with drinks today.
Right.
Listen, all I'm saying is these garnishes right here, hallelujah, praise them. These garnishes need some black love.
Look,
okay?
just drop it on in
I'm
there.
just
Give you a
saying.
little
Drop
spice.
it like it's hot.
Take the pits out your garnish.
And you heard it
All
from
I'm saying.
this
Whatever.
Well, ladies, moving on to Just Heard. We had a busy week in music, the Grammys.
Yes.
Yes, and
Yes.
it was even a busier week in Black Twitter with Kanye West.
Lord have mercy.
He is really not disappointing in this
Oh,
season.
Lord, let me tell you, he's just bringing it all. He brought his season 3 with his music, with his rants. You know, gotta love Kanye.
What's wrong with him?
Well, you know, to bring you up, I don't know if you're familiar, but he has this song that he just released on his album, and it's called Famous.
Okay.
And apparently there's a line in it where he, refers to Taylor Swift yet once again saying, bitch, I made you famous.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So, ironically, though, he tweeted that he had her permission and her blessings
Yep.
to use it, and even went a step further saying that she actually gave him the line to use in the song.
Oh.
Well, lo and behold, Taylor and her people are like, who, what, when, where? No, the only conversation we got from you was that you actually asked us to release the song on Taylor Swift's Twitter. So there is definitely a conflict of interest here with the stories. You know, I don't know who's telling the truth, but I think I would bet my money on Taylor. I'm just saying. But she gave an incredible speech. She actually won for the second time, the only female album of the year to win twice.
Oh, wow.
And, she went up
her.
there and basically she said that, listen, when you do what you do, work hard, and the people who love you help you to get there, no one can take away what you worked hard to achieve. So, she kind of stung him a little bit, but in a
Classy
classy,
style.
graceful way.
Yeah,
Yes.
she did.
Style.
Gotta love her for that.
Absolutely.
Yes. So it'll be interesting because he's definitely been on a roll. He's just been tweeting
I
away.
know.
He done knocked Meek Mill out the box completely. Meek like, thank God. I was just wondering when I was going to be able to let this one down. But, Meek, don't even worry about it. Kanye done took the whole platform away from you. He out there acting a bona fide fool.
He definitely got hot hands right now.
Goodness. I'm like, but the crazy thing is he really is a genius.
Yeah.
So you have to ask, is 99.9% of this really just for him to be in your face and have the album and the publicity and, to keep him, not that he needs to be relevant because he is relevant, but, it's like if I could always make read
Yeah.
the blogs every day
Yeah.
and have someone talking about me, then hey, they'll
Yeah.
also go a step further and see what's this music all about.
I think that's part of it, you
Yeah.
know? And I kind of admire the crazy in artists. I
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
like the crazy side of artists because that's why they're artists,
Right.
you know? And he thrives off of that, you know? It's
Yeah,
interesting.
I mean, you can be crazy,
Yeah.
but just don't be disrespectful. You know what I mean? I think when you start weighing in on other people and working towards the taking away from their brand and who
Yeah.
they are, then that's a whole nother ballgame.
I think he got major issues.
He needs medicine.
he got too many pits in his lemon, if you know what I mean.
He definitely
No,
out
man,
there.
and I understand, like, part of your genius is the crazy, but it's like, first of all, let's take the Twitter account away from Kanye. Like, does he have accountability? And I think that's what you need. You need some accountability to balance you out, because now he sounds crazy, and he's gonna lose his credibility.
But isn't there some beauty in people that are just honest and let us see who they are? Because I love that Donald Trump is so honest. Because he is telling America exactly how
There
he
should be some
feels.
social tact too, because we have to do life together. I do believe that.
And I was going to say, honesty is one thing,
Yeah.
and performing is another.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people cross the line for ratings, for hits, for success.
Shock value.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And then it's
Yeah.
no
And
longer
it's too much.
being who you are.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, you know, the Kardashians are rubbing off on him.
Listen.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what I think. I got a little philosophy here.
Let's hear
I
it,
might get in
girl.
trouble.
Wait,
but
now,
I'm serious.
Drop some jewels.
There is a Kardashian curse with a K.
Oh,
With a K.
Listen, curse with a K, because don't none of these men come out okay. Think about it.
You know, a lot of people have been saying that.
You
Think about
talking
it.
right.
Hello.
You talking right.
Shoot, he better run for the hills while he still got a little bit of his sanity.
No, I don't even think he got a little
if
bit.
you get that billion, Kanye, you need to run. Run.
Oh gosh, Lord. To add insult to injury, let me just say, Taylor's brother Austin was doing spring
I saw
cleaning
that,
and
yeah.
did a video on his social media, and he dropped his Yeezy trainers in the trash can
That was
as
funny.
he whistled his little song.
Right.
That was really funny.
That was
Dixie.
funny.
You know, it's people looking for your trash right
Hello.
now.
Hello.
Somebody done picked up
God.
them Yeezys.
Yes. I know we've been spending a whole lot of time on just her, but I just have one more little tidbit to share with you guys. Did you see Kendrick Lamar's performance?
Yes.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I didn't
Amazing.
see it.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't watch the Grammys.
You have
Amazing.
to. I didn't either, but when I heard so much about it, I
Really?
went and looked at the highlights,
And it was amazing.
Amazing.
And he's a
Amazing, yes.
rapper.
He is a
Okay,
rapper. He
okay.
had 11 nods. I
Oh,
believe he
wow.
won 6 of the 11, somewhere around
Wow.
there. And phenomenal. And I think, you know, his performance was so in your face.
Wow.
Yeah.
It definitely made people uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
it was a
What was the
discomfort.
message? What did you walk away with?
What I walked away with was that he was, and you know, I could be completely wrong, but for me, I walked away with him as a black man, his struggle. You know, they look at us one way, but since slavery, we've been captive to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And trying to beat the odds and the stereotypes that have been placed against us just because of history, you know, take a look into my world a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Don't just look at the surface, but look at the history of who I
Yeah.
am.
Not
you
just
know?
my glory, but my story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that performance was definitely worth
Wow.
checking
So
out.
I'll check it out.
Yes, and it was amazing, and I know it definitely left people talking. It
Yeah.
definitely struck up a lot of conversations. So hopefully, you know, conversation is the first step.
Yeah.
People start talking about it, then maybe you see a little bit of action
Yes.
behind it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I
It
love that
definitely-
in spite of all the talk about his performance, the White House tweeted him.
Yes.
Congratulations.
They sure did.
Oh,
They
Obama
sure did.
was behind
But
that.
yeah, I was gonna say because he did say that was his favorite rapper. So it might be a little
Oh, yeah,
bit
yeah,
of
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
Hey,
But
look.
hey, I'm all for it. Anytime the White House,
Hello.
as powerful as
Yes.
his message and performance was,
Yes.
and for them to co-sign that,
Yes.
it was really a
What
great
did the
night
tweet
in music.
say?
Oh gosh,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your wins.
On your
On your
wins.
wins.
Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't say anything about the performance.
No.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
it didn't.
but
It
you
got
know,
the
most
indirect,
people would want to be
kudos.
like this after that.
Because if the
Yeah.
performance was whack, you know
Right.
what I mean?
Well,
or
not even that, but just the fact that it was powerful
It was
in itself,
relevant.
and
Yes.
they still were
Yeah.
like, Yeah, we're going to stamp him. Hey,
That's
great,
exactly
you
what
know,
they did.
So,
That was the
yeah,
endorsement.
yeah,
Obama did that.
I
Yeah.
know. And look, I know we got to move on,
Yes,
but you
yes.
know I have to mention Beyonce.
Yes.
Because so
Amazing.
after her performance at the Super Bowl, you know, there was talk about a protest outside the NFL offices.
Yes.
Right?
And-
And so the protest was supposed to be, was it yesterday or day before?
think
And how
yesterday.
about more members of the Beehive showed up?
Oh.
Then protesters actually showed
You
up.
better stop.
Honey, they had signs. They was marching.
Shut
They
up.
was marching for their queen.
She had her own Million Woman March yesterday.
Yes.
I love it.
I
Yes.
said, well, how
Yes.
you doing?
I love it.
How you doing?
She got a little army.
She do.
Yes,
She
you
do.
know, everybody's so
Powerful.
upset about Beyonce and her performance. I want y'all to get upset about Flint and the water problem. Let's get upset about that.
Right.
Because
Well-
if you got enough time and energy to talk about
Yes.
Beyonce
Yes.
and her performance
Yeah.
and the freedom of speech for her to sing about whatever she chooses to sing
Yeah.
about, let's talk about the water problem in Flint.
But that's powerful that she used her platform to speak up
Yeah.
about some issues. And that's
Yeah.
what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
You know?
and that platform.
And they didn't-
that's America's game.
Did you see? Somebody, I didn't see it, but somebody told me about. I think it was Saturday Night Live did a skit
Oh no, I didn't
No.
where they're listening to their. This is post Super Bowl
Bowl, okay.
performance, and white people are listening to their little Beyonce songs, and they're like, well, wait a minute, something's different. It's like the day she turned black. Like she don't quite sound the same.
Let me tell you something.
She don't look. What's going on?
Right. That's
She black,
hilarious.
right. Between Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar, there will be no black music.
They belong
performances
to us.
Next year, they do.
They belong
and we
to us.
proudly endorse them
And see, that's the
and
problem.
co-sign what they're talking about.
Because people thought they belonged to them.
Right.
And then they take a stand and it's
Hello.
like, hey,
They want
right.
us.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else,
No,
lady?
no, that's it. That's
Okay,
it. That's all
right.
I got for you.
All right, so let's jump into our show. So, first segment, I want to talk about once you go black. What happens after that? So there we know that there is no universal code of what blackness is. Black people come in all different shades, colors, sizes. We all walk differently, we talk differently, we behave differently, we celebrate differently, right? But yet in spite of all of that, there's still this commonality in our community where we are told and taught to stick together. Where we kind of celebrate this concept of black love. But if you look at our history, particularly where our history began in the United States, it began with slavery. So it began in a time when black people weren't even allowed to love. They weren't allowed to express it or show it.
Right.
So it all had to be done in secret. And author Bell Hooks wrote in his book Salvation, Black People in Love, post-slavery movements to secure true freedom often made our men feel like they needed to be fighters instead of lovers. So black men are bred to be strong and battle ready at all times, and being tender and romantic is often seen as weak. So where does that leave black love, ladies? So I'm gonna start with you, Sheree.
well,
What is black love?
I don't know. I have no clue because I have not had it yet. No, I'm teasing.
You've had quite a
You've
few. You've had
shut
quite a
up.
few black loves.
Y'all don't know me.
I ain't one to gossip, but I'm kidding.
I take one of your black loves.
I think it's just love. I mean, I'm black, so it makes it black love, but it's just a coming together. It's a coming together of the souls, of the minds, being kind and compassionate, and just really, I think, really having that. Oh, you good?
No, you.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. Let's take over my throat. I'm sorry.
So I think it's it's just it can be very, very powerful when you find that one that you want to say, hey, I'm going to ride or die with you, and I'm going to make this thing work no matter what. I think it's powerful.
So I love this picture of Rev Run's blended family because it's all of his kids, it's his current wife, it's his ex-wife, it's the adopted daughter, it's all of them. And I think, you know, that is kind of a symbolism, you know, of Black love. So April, you tell me, is it myth or is it truth that there is such a thing as Black love?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's definitely something that exists. It doesn't. Go ahead. What was you
Oh,
gonna
can I
say?
say something too? So it might be a part like understanding the struggle too, and to know. Okay.
You can't answer all the questions.
Sorry.
No, I definitely think it is because for us it's so much deeper.
Yeah.
And you know, other races just don't get it. You know what I mean? I've seen two people be in a room and you know they might not be agreeing in one place, but let something transpire and that love puts them right back into things into perspective, and it's like they back like they never left. So I think it definitely for us is deeper. It's like I'm your partner. You're secure with me. I'm everything you need in that capacity. You know, we tend to sometimes lack the love, the softness, the gentleness in that aspect. But when it comes down to like really riding it out, really being there, being the protector, you know, being the one to, you know, keep things together, I think those are truly some of the strengths of Black love that other races just might not understand. Or even if they think they have it, it'll never be on the level of two people who are African American.
So, in looking at the concept that Black people do love distinctively different, right? Then why are there so many broken homes in our community? Because we love so deep.
Maybe because we love too deep.
So what does that mean?
Well, I think there requires another level of sensitivity, you know, a deeper level, because you have to understand the struggle. Like your man's struggle as a Black man trying to go out there and be on the front line and make things happen. So I think it requires something deeper. It requires you to be strong, but it also requires you to be tender. You never want to emasculate your man. And he looks at you. I think Black women have so much riding on them. I think there's so much pressure, and I don't mean bad pressure, because the man needs you to be strong, but he needs you to be tender. And it's a very, very, very deep love. Yeah.
So how would
Did
you
I answer
say?
the question?
Can I add something to that?
Yes,
I
please.
think too that with our race,
And it's tough, yeah.
it's not taught to be there and to stay there. We kind of have to learn it on our own, you know. With some races is they have that father, they have that mother, they have that couple together for forever. They have that lesson of how you work things out, even when there's a difference. You know, they're being taught that as they grow up to be their own woman or man. Where a lot of the Black homes they're broken already, so they don't really have that role model, if you will, to show them the
And those
way.
examples.
And so it's being self-taught. And so sometimes we miss the mark, you know, but I think it's just a little different for us because not all, but a great portion doesn't have that balance, like maybe a Caucasian household or whatever it may be, even Latino household. You know, they strong in the love game. Like they'll have 52 kids, but they done been together for 60 years. You know what I mean?
That's a little race to say.
No, I'm just saying they
gonna
love
get-
to make love. That's why I put that out there. Like
No,
no,
And
but
they
you
love
know
to
what I mean.
reproduce.
Right?
50
No,
years.
yeah. So you got to be together to do that, but it's not just on a sexual platform.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it's really a relationship intact there, and you know that's just something that's taught. And I just feel like our race lacks that a great deal.
And you know what? Love is love is not always enough. So it's hard. It's hard to ride it out with somebody. And when you have like the struggle, you got struggles in the street. And then you come home and there are struggles. You know what I mean? So it's like double the struggle.
Right.
So looking at
sense.
when we talk about our history a little bit, right? What do you think have been the ramifications of slavery on Black love, either good or bad? April?
Oh man, definitely bad. Well, you know, I don't know. I guess it's a mix. It's a combination of both. You know, I think those, because none of us really know anything about slavery. We know what history lessons have taught and what ancestors and people in the family have shared. But, you know, it's a time where love was forbidden to a certain degree. But it was okay for your master to do whatever he wanted to do to you. So, you know, I think for women who endured that, and then they have daughters who have daughters who have daughters, they may miss the mark in teaching their own children what self-respect is, what waiting for the right one looks like, because they've been violated a great deal their life. Then the flip side of that with the men is, you know, it's kind of like that sensitivity element is obsolete, because they're taught to, you know, my father, his wife was taken to be with the master, and, you know, so it's a lot of aggression. There's a lot of, you know, protect first, never mind love and affection, that's last, you know, like, you're not coming up in here with mine. And so when you're kind of like playing the guard of those things, you don't really have sensitivity to know how to love or to give the love that's required.
Well, you know, when I think about, you know, slavery, you know, or let me just compare it to something like the Holocaust, right? The Jewish community, they were together. They were family, they were together, and, you know, crazy devils tried to take out an entire race of people, right? And it made them so much stronger together, right? It made them so much more tight-knit as a community and as family. But when we look at our history began with slavery in this country. So do we even really know what the ramifications are? Because we don't have a before.
Right, to compare to.
We don't have a before in the United States. So when people kind of say that, the ramifications of slavery, well, do we even know what we could have been?
No.
We
It's
were
kinda
never
like
even
now
given that
we're making up.
opportunity
Right.
to even be, or even to know what we were supposed to be as it relates to love.
Yeah.
You know, interesting.
That is interesting.
Interesting.
It is. You know, I always, one of my issues with black men has been, not all black men, but it has been that, and you kind of touched on it a little bit, that sensitivity, that connected, that intimacy, you know what I mean? That sensitivity. And if that could be a ramification, like you said, when you are supposed to be the protector and you can't really be loving and compassionate, you know what I mean? You got to protect. And if you see somebody just, you know, the master having his way with your woman every time he feels like it, every and any time, then part of you has to disconnect in order to even do life.
Oh, that's true. Wow.
So I think that disconnect has maybe been perpetuated, because that's kind of what I find a lot of times. And the men that I choose, now could just be me choosing the wrong people, you know what I mean? But, you know, and not every, because I've met some black men that were very, very sensitive. But sometimes if they're too sensitive.
You're like, don't be no punk.
No, you sissy!
Man up, boo! Man up!
We don't know what we want.
So they almost can't win. Sometimes we you know, women sometimes we just crazy. Let's just call it what it is.
Yes,
We're just
we are.
sometimes.
Yes, we are. All right, so let's move on. Let's get off slavery before we start throwing some glasses at the damn camera.
Call up the Black Panthers up in here.
So, ladies, let's play a game. All right? You viewers at home, are you ready?
Oh, no.
Now, test your black knowledge right now. Okay. This one is called Back to Black.
You know I'm really Indian, right? You got to put the disclaimer
Right.
in case you mess up.
I'm Italian.
You stupid. All right, this game is called Back to Black. I'm gonna give you the name of an actress or an actor, and you have to give me the name of a movie that they starred in.
Lord.
Okay.
Okay?
So is it you gonna give me one, or are you giving us?
Yeah, I'm gonna give. You know, we'll go back and forth.
Okay.
Yes.
You
All right.
Start with our guest first.
Oh, now I'm a guest.
All right, and I'm keeping score.
Courteous.
I'm gonna keep score, and we gonna see who got more right to carry an NAACP card up in this piece.
it.
All right, Sheree.
Yeah.
So now Latham.
Oh, basketball and love and basketball.
Okay.
Boom.
April.
That was an easy one.
Morris Chestnut.
Perfect Stranger.
Okay. Denzel Washington.
Ooh, Hong Kong, King Kong.
King Kong.
What was it? What was the movie?
We are
King
taking
Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Boo.
That's but the titles are elusive. But King
Can
Kong
I
don't
answer
have
hers
nothing on me.
for her point?
What is that? Training Day. Training Day. Training Day.
Only the most popular and prolific actor in our entire community. And she couldn't quite get it out.
Blues. Got it now. I'm rolling now.
All right, Omar Epps.
Loving basketball.
Now, I think that once a movie has been named and claimed.
That sounds like cheating, right?
Okay, moving forward, we'll do that.
All right, Sheree, Nia Long.
I know. She's Independence. No.
Can I answer
I
her?
don't care.
I'm
I'm
riding
so bad
with
with
you.
titles. She was in a movie with Will.
I'm riding with you.
and Whoopi Goldberg and Ted Danson, but
I'm
I can't.
riding with
America
you.
something.
What? We need
I
to
can't.
name.
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay.
I
Next.
can't remember.
April.
Can I
Yes,
answer?
you can
I'm
answer.
bad with
Friday.
names.
Friday.
Oh,
yes.
dang.
The
Bye,
hood wins.
Felicia. Dang.
All right. Cicely Tyson.
I'm bad with names. Cicely Tyson was in all them Richard Pryor movies.
I swear I'm gonna take your black card.
I'm just bad with names.
I'm gonna take your black
I'm
card.
just bad with names. Oh, she was in that Medea movie.
Medea
Medea reunion. One of them reunions she done had.
April. Cicely Tyson.
Dang, wait a minute, was it that's what I was thinking of
But she
Tyler
was in
Perry.
Medea.
But wait a minute, but you gotta say the name.
She was in a lot of movies. Oh my
Hello.
gosh. I just can't think of the names.
Lord
Awesome.
Jesus.
We taking both of the
Can I
NAACP
call my
cards.
lifeline?
Well, I went way back. She
Sheree.
was in Richard Pryor movies.
Which one?
The one where
Cotton Club.
good guess. Look, she don't even know.
I remember her Cotton
She
Club.
was in that movie.
Okay, all
She
right.
was. She
Give her her
was. She
point.
was.
All right, look, let's move on. Sheree.
Oh Lord.
Lorenz Tate.
Oh, he was in that movie with Nia Long and that beautiful smile. Oh my God, what was the movie with Nia Long?
I can't believe
I'm
this.
just terrible with
Okay.
names.
April. Lorenz Tate.
You making my job hard. Okay, wait a minute.
Love Jones. Love Jones.
Yes, that's
Okay.
Love
all right,
Jones.
Love Jones.
I was thinking about the bank robber one.
Oh,
and
yes.
the singer one.
President.
He was the
Dead
guy.
president.
Yeah, Frankie
dead
Lyman.
president. Ricky, yeah.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
April. Mike
Yes.
Tyson.
Mike Tyson in the movie.
In the movie.
Hangover.
No,
I got it.
No, you didn't let me
Hangover.
Hangover.
Both y'all cheated on that one.
Nah, she wasn't blurted out before I
All right, both of y'all get a point. That's so rowdy.
Give her my point.
How am I supposed to control the
You
game?
can't give her my point.
All right, two
Hater.
more.
No,
Sheree,
Yes.
keep your mouth closed.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it closed. Is it my turn?
No, it's April.
You took my turn.
Will Smith.
I can't remember now. Independence Day.
Okay.
I said that already. You can't say
Okay,
that.
Men in Black.
Thank you. All
You
right.
happy?
Whatever.
All right. Sheree, last one. Lynn Whitfield.
She was
What's
in that
love
Martin
got to
Luther.
do with it?
No, what? No, that's wrong,
Thin line
child.
between
Thin
them
line.
lines.
That's what it is. Thin line.
All right.
I won.
April
April
with
did
7.
win.
Because you didn't remember that last one.
Sheree has 5. And we are taking her NAACP card as soon as the show is over.
What's the Italian union called? We gonna give you one.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on, ladies.
Don't feel bad. She always taking my NAACP.
The IAACP.
So let's talk a little bit about the Black family. All right. So Black families are known for being emotional. We an emotional kind of people. You know, Black families are known for just kind of saying anything that comes to mind.
Yes.
We're very unfiltered. A lot of times I think we don't know how to filter one another. I think we don't hold back. Right when it comes to
Strongly
love or
opinionated.
opinions or anger,
Yes.
it's not unusual for a fight to break out at a
Not
Black
at all.
family gathering. It has happened.
Wow.
You know, sometimes family members wait to show up at a Black family
They be like,
gathering.
you wait till I see him at the reception.
Yes.
At the baby graduation. I'm going to tell him. You be like, what?
Yeah.
Not the baby
Sometimes they wait
graduation.
for the platform of the family
You be like,
to
you
kind of,
couldn't call before this.
Right.
get
Send
it
a
all
text.
going. I think it is one of the big reasons why Medea has been so popular. And I just love
Yes.
this shot of Tyler Perry from Family
That's
Reunion.
Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe. He was instigating a fight between Medea and Keke Palmer.
That is funny.
That was funny, yeah.
1-800 choke that hoe.
Choke that hoe. Sometimes you got to. So I think it's one of the
Hilarious.
reasons that Tyler Perry movies have been so incredibly successful is because they are very familiar to us. We can
Yes.
all relate to some scene in a Tyler Perry movie. So, April, what is it that makes the Black family so different from other cultures?
Out of control. Out of control. And I mean that in a good way. I really do. But it's no filter. You know, there's that small population of polished African Americans that have all their, you know, they dot their I's, cross their T's, and they remember, you know, when's the right place to do X, Y, and Z. But for the most part, you know, when we get an urge, we get an urge. And we not stopping till that urge is all the way out. Now, that might mean being blatant about it. That might mean pulling the old girl over to the corner while the party's popping and say, listen, I need to holler at you for a minute. Or it might be calling them up. Like, we just got to deal with it when we want to deal with it. That's the problem. And I think other, you know, races sometimes it's not the time or the place.
Right.
You know, we be at the hospital because somebody get ready to get a life-threatening surgery and they over across the hospital bed talking about that. And you're like, this clearly is not the time or place. So I think for me and what I've experienced and have witnessed is that people tend to want to deal, African American people tend to want to deal with whatever's bothering them at that time, get it off their chest, as opposed to waiting for the appointed time to really handle it in a respectful way.
All right, now Sheree, you got both perspectives. You got a Black perspective and an Italian perspective. So what are your thoughts on
They're
that?
the same.
They're kind of the same.
Are they?
Yeah, because my
Yes.
dad was real fiery. He's got that Italian blood.
Really? I would have never guessed. You're not Sheree, a little firecracker sometimes.
Riri.
But Vera is too.
Riri will come out, yes. Riri, we try to keep Riri in the box. I just think, you know what? I just think as Black people, African Americans, I think we are hands down the most talented, powerful people on the planet. And I just think we just do everything big.
Okay.
I just really do.
It's a production.
That's what I'm saying. Everything, we just do everything big, and I'm just saying, just the energy and our emotion, and I just think that's who we are. You know.
So do you ever feel like there's any rules or like unspoken, laws, when it comes that we're supposed to abide by when you're in a Black family?
Yeah, do not go in that refrigerator. Like as a guest, you do not.
Oh, yeah,
you
no,
do
you
not.
don't
My
just
mom
walk in
and you
nobody's
don't
fridge.
show up unannounced. You don't just knock on the door. White people do that all the time.
Hey, was that
I brought you a pie. Listen, my mom be like, look, I don't give a damn what you bought me.
Did you call me before
Listen,
you
you
brought
ain't
this
called.
back?
Yeah. So there were just certain things that you didn't, and my mom instilled in us. A good thing. It was always about being respectful.
Yeah.
So that was instilled in us. Thank you,
Yes.
no thank you, please.
Mannerism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think that's
absolutely.
across the board. Well, this day and time, these children is off the chain.
Yeah.
But I think once upon a time, that was very, very, like, it wasn't no ifs, ands, but listen, when I was growing up, the neighbor catch you doing something was like your mama caught you doing it. You
Right.
didn't stand
Yes.
a chance. And don't
That's
give
the
it no
village.
lip.
You could get a whooping
Make
by
sure-
anybody in the neighborhood.
That's right.
Anybody on the block
Right.
could
Now,
beat your tail.
oh no,
That's
you're
the
not
village.
touching my kid, or somebody getting ready to be
Yeah.
laying in the street with an outline chalk.
Right.
Like it gets real like that. But I
Yes.
just think the mannerism was something that was always, to see these kids today arguing and being disrespectful with older people. I don't care
It's
if they're 5
ridiculous.
years older than you.
Ridiculous.
That was unheard of.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even think about it.
And you know what else too? I think we thick because we had to eat everything on our plate because people in Africa
Yes,
are
are starving. Yes. Yes, but this what I understand. Why couldn't we ever just send the stuff to the people?
Like, send them that shit.
Tupperware back then.
Y'all are stupid. I will say, I think the moment I got a huge culture shock, and let me say this, I think a lot of time people talk about hip hop and rap artists and the misogynistic lyrics against women and all of that. I've never taken offense to that because I've always just seen it as entertainment. It's kind of like, oh, I know you ain't calling me a bitch.
Right.
I just like the beat that we
Right.
bouncing to,
Right.
right? But the first kind of cultural shock I saw was like, I hate to say it, but one of the Kardashians calling their mother a bitch on TV. And I was just like,
Yes.
oh my God. And she didn't get slapped and her neck didn't like spin around like
She's
that's
like, I don't like when you call me that.
like
and
that
walk
kind
out.
of stuff.
Yeah.
I just feel like
That's a good point.
never happened. Never happened in our community or
That's
in
a
our
good
families.
point. No, we could not talk back. We
At
could
all.
not do that. But
You
and you're
even
right, that was
shrug
the
your
difference.
shoulders and you might get slapped.
Yeah, my white friends had a little more leverage and leeway in terms of the things that they would say, cussing at their parents. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. I remember
Yeah.
Omar had a an encounter, and his friend's mom had picked him up from school, and he was like, he got home, he was like, you are not going to believe what I just witnessed. And he said the mother was asking the kid what he wanted for dinner, and let's just say she said fish, and he was like, you know I don't like no deep fish. But at this time they were like 13.
No, who?
Damn fish.
Oh, okay.
He was 13.
Wow.
They was 13.
See.
And Omar was like, my mother would have knocked my teeth into a whole nother century.
Yeah.
Like,
Because we're big on respect.
right.
Yeah,
right.
big on respect.
Right. And it's probably because we've been disrespected for so long.
probably.
Right.
Back into slavery that it's just,
Right.
that's one thing we're not going to
And I'm not going to have it from my
compromise.
kids.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, interesting because when you think about, the black woman who was the matriarch, of the black family, what do interracial relationships say about how people value the black family? And I don't mean when you're born interracial. I mean when two different races come together, one being black. What does that say about their feeling about the black family?
I don't know if it's fair to say that there's any type of feeling. I mean, you love who you love. So yeah, I wouldn't venture to say that. I mean, maybe sometimes it could stem from seeing something in your family that you don't want to deal with, so you go a different direction. But
You're like, I'm going all the way.
yeah, right. But I would hope that wasn't the case, and that you were loving from a healthy place.
So, April, what do you think?
I don't know. I think it's
Interesting
so many-
perspective.
I think for me is that I think that as much as beautiful and strong of creatures African American women are, I think that often enough it's less of a headache. It's less
somebody white.
of a right,
A white
or
woman.
just a other race. You know what I mean? I think it's easier. It's not so hard.
So
you
not
know,
as- they're
I
not as
think
strong
right.
and-
I think our expectations of the black man surpasses what maybe a Caucasian woman would say is her expectations of a black man. And I know I don't want it to be a cliche, because a lot of people say that, but I really just think it's easier. It's funny because Sean's cousin is married to a Caucasian girl. And I love her to death. And Sean will say every time they'll come up and spend the night, and he'd say, you know what, Tawan? The best thing you did was marry that white woman. And she'll be sitting right there in the room, and of course it's all in fun. But it'll be like right after I'm like, and then he'll be like, Tawan, did I ever tell you the best thing you ever did was marry? I'm like, shut up. We all laugh, but
Right.
I think it's just easier. It's just easier. And I think they kind of think, and I don't want to, if I'm wrong, I'm totally wrong. I'll own that. But I think they kind of think that the way they love them is like, I can fix you.
The white women
loving black men. I feel like
that seems like that would be a slap in the ego.
No, but I feel like they feel like they're nurturing our black men. Like it's weird.
They're trying to-
but I just feel like some of them feel like, and I can't say what that's about, but when I look at certain relationships, that's what
Our
the
men are
impression I
sexy. It
get.
could just be
So
that
is it
Mandingo thing.
is it partially our fault, the demise of the black family?
I think we have to take some responsibility.
Yeah.
I think everybody. Yes, I think the man.
How so?
Well, sometimes as women, I've seen, our mouths can be fire, and what does the Bible say about it's better to be on the corner of a rooftop than to be in a house with a quarrelsome woman? So sometimes we can just really disrespect. And men need respect. Women need love. Men need respect.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just challenge our men in a way that is unhealthy. It's counterproductive. It's not encouraging. It's degrading. And we can do that.
So is it black women's fault because of what our history is? So if we have come up in a scenario where black women have had to be mom and dad, right? And so we have to have that dual personality, so to speak. You know, we have to be hard and strong, but yet we have to be loving and nurturing at the same time, right? So when we are forced to have to be both, you know, is it okay that black men just kind of say, yeah, nah, you talk too much, I'm done with that?
No, not at all. And I think that, like, as a black woman, we get the struggle. We know what that is. And we're not going to spend time like maybe another race with stroking, oh, poor baby, you know, because we like, come on, put on your big boy drawers. I got on my big girl drawers. Let's go handle what we need to handle.
But there has to be some poor baby.
No, I get that, but I just think that, you know, it's kind of like we've come from the same thing to a certain degree. So now let's beat it and let's do what we got to do, where the other race might say, oh, you poor soul, what you've been through. No one like you should have gone through that.
No.
And where we won't do that because we're not, listen, it happened.
Yeah.
We as women, we like, it happened. We ain't got time to be sitting here crying. Get yourself together. What we going to do to fix it?
Because we got to be strong. Like you said, we got to be strong.
Exactly.
We got to be
We're
strong.
the pillars. So it's no time for that. And that's what I mean to elaborate a little bit more when I say I feel like they can nurture them and give them something that we don't as black women. Now we take care of our men, but when it comes to that, we the chicks that's like, yo, let's go. We in this together. We ain't got time to be crying or trying to figure it out. Where they're like, cry as long as you want to. You know, they're more sympathetic to that degree. And that's not to put any race down, but that's my perception of what I feel like, you know, is the difference.
It's interesting because, you know, it is a double-edged sword. I think being black is a beautiful thing. And, you know, I think, you know, for me personally, and most people I know that are black really love being black.
Yeah.
But it comes with such a stigma. It comes with such a weight. It comes with such a, you know, like you have to explain everything. And it comes with the notion that we are not free to express ourselves however we want to express ourselves, because we got to carry the weight of just too much.
Right.
It ain't right. So anyway, before we wrap up, Mrs. Daniels, why don't you give our viewers one last thought about black love and how they can stay in touch with you?
Black love is a beautiful thing. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I would just leave. I'm going to leave the ladies something, because I'm a woman and I can only speak from a woman's perspective. Ladies, we have to nurture our men. We have to be their everything. We have to dot their I's, cross their T's. And I'm not saying to the degree where they're children or infants or handicapped, but just to be that helpmeet, to be that person that completes them, you know, and vice versa. You know, I think that sometimes we get so stuck and caught up on the things that are wrong that we miss the things that's right. And so I just challenge women out there to just continue to love your black man, because I love mine. And I don't think there's any other love that could take the place of black love, you know. And maybe because I'm a black woman I feel that way, but listen, I'll bet on black every time.
I love it.
And you can keep up with me at I am April Daniels across all social media platforms.
That's beautiful. Well, black love ain't working for me.
Miss Fletcher, are you still Fletcher?
I am still Fletcher.
Okay.
However,
I think you should go back to Smith.
I'm officially divorced as of yesterday. I can't go back to Smith.
Why?
That was her other.
You got a son.
My son is a grown man.
But still.
My son is 23. He don't care what. He's not in my household.
Oh, I'm just saying.
He don't care what my last name
Don't
is.
do Smith.
I'm
Don't do
just
Smith. I
saying.
ain't going there with her.
I'm going for Kirkpatrick. So I'm gonna try me some white love. That's what I'm gonna do.
Listen, you gonna be back looking for the black of that berry?
I just love me some black men. What you gonna do?
Pink meat? No, thank you. I'm sorry. This is
Why
your
you
last
gotta
thought,
put
your
that
final
visual
thoughts.
in my head? Why you gotta put that in my head? I agree with everything you said, and I think sometimes, because we are so strong, a lot of us, we have to be strong because we're raising our children. We're taking care of the household. Sometimes you just gotta fall back. You gotta fall back. You gotta trust, and you gotta let somebody else lead. So that's
Some
my
good
tip.
advice.
Yeah.
Yes, and keep up with
keep
you.
up with me, Sheree Fletcher, across all media platforms. Hello.
Well, when I think about Black love, I think about this country, and I think about the fact that the United States and its infrastructure and its millions of dollars and all of its big businesses have been built on the backs of Black love. We have continued to sacrifice at the hands of other people, and our families have hurt, our children have hurt, and our souls as Black women has been hurt as well. So when I think about Black love and the Black family, I think that we need to love each other just a little bit more. My name is Diann Valentine. You can keep up with me across all social media platforms at Diann Valentine. Thank you for joining us. God bless you. Good night. We will see you next week.
Woo! To Black love.
To Black love.
Black love
To
and
being
the other
black.
pink meat. For sure.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.